Well, look, hybrid is here to stay. I mean, hybrid is not people working from home. Hybrid is people working close to home, people working where they need to work, but not necessarily coming into a central office where you have large congregations of people. So hybrid definitely here to stay. It's being adopted by more and more companies, in particular as we head into much more difficult economic times. Hybrid will allows companies to cut costs by 50%, have less fixed costs on their balance sheet, and it's what their people want. So it's very much here to stay and growing fast. So you can see that in our numbers. You know, the underlying number here, our established centres, like for like, made 260 million in positive cash flow in the first half. So that's the best result we've had since pre-pandemic times. We've chosen to invest in more accelerated growth, which we're doing capital light and in partnership. And we're growing very quickly to keep up with demand, in particular outside of the big cities, in the suburbs, in the countryside. That is where people want to work now.
Mark, it feels as though the sector is somewhat tidal. We've seen so many different trends in recent years around the pandemic, of course, return to work, and now as you talk about the backdrop around the economy, can you just unravel that a little bit more for us when you talk about the ability of companies to try and change their fixed costs here by moving towards using more of your spaces, remote spaces that they can optimize for this hybrid working environment? What sort of changes have you noticed in corporates at this point in the cycle?
Well, they are changing more quickly. We signed up in the first half 2,400 new enterprise customers in half the year. This is unprecedented. So companies are changing at pace, and we're seeing more and more new startups, new companies that are hybrid only. They never take fixed space. The economics are compelling. It allows companies to reduce costs by 50%. It improves their carbon footprint by 70%, and their people are happier. So, you know, the driving forces are very strong. What they're buying is a streaming service. What more and more we're selling a space like Spotify sells music. It's a streaming service where companies will buy a subscription for 1,000, 2,000 people, and they use any location where and when they want to. So it's completely flexible, and that is what companies want. That is what people want. And so, you know, the conversion of fixed real estate into a streaming service is where it ends up in the long term. And it's very much work in progress, more and more interest, more and more take up.